it's Liliana Perez with Eventcraft Studio Seasonal Wreaths and Holiday Decor. I am here with Gata Leia, and I am here today. Say hi. Hi. Eating cookies. I am here today. Yes, baby.
It's Harry.
Yep. That's him. I'm here. Say bye. Say bye. I'm here today because I wanted to show you how I store my wreaths. I have in my shop right now 88 items, of which I would say 80 are all wreaths. I do have, about 80 are wreaths. And I'm constantly adding. Like tonight, I'm going to work on at least 10 more. So 5 to 10 more, so I'm going to get started tonight. So I wanted to show you the way that I store these wreaths, because people wonder, where do you keep all of these? And I don't have a storage facility, because the storage facilities tend to cost a lot of money, and the more space you need. The biggest I had was a 5x10, and it just, more wreaths, it's not enough. And also, every time that someone placed an order, I would have to run out to the storage facility to pick up the wreath that they ordered. Now I'm actually able to quickly ship it. So I have a 3 to 5 day shipping time. Usually I'm able to ship next day, usually. Not for every order, but usually I'm able to do that. So just because I have everything right here. So I wanted to, yes baby. So I wanted to, let me switch up, show you the way that I store these items. So the first thing that I'm going to show is, because it's summer, I'm just going to take out the patriotic decor so you can see what I'm working on. I store my wreaths on these 2-rod garment racks that I actually got on Amazon. I have also purchased them from Target. And they are amazing as long as they're built properly. If you do not build them properly, they will fall over, and you also cannot put too much weight on them. So I am very careful when I store my wreaths, because I don't want them to be crushed. And when you start adding more and more items to your inventory, things get a little bit crazy. Also, when you have an item that's been in your inventory for quite some time, especially wherever it might be stored, you tend to get dust, right? We get dust at home, and you don't want to have dust on your items. So I am very particular about the way that I store my wreaths. So I have these, like I said, these 2-rod garment racks.
Mommy.
Yes,
Mommy.
baby.
It's Ricky.
Yes, very nice. And then I also wanted to point out that I put these items. So this is a patriotic wreath that I have in the shop. All the items that I have here are listed both in my Etsy store and on my website, eventcraftstudio.com. So I put a bag over it, and whenever you see me doing demonstrations of anything, like a couple of days ago I was showing the ways of using a wreath in the house, you always see these black hangers on them. It's because I store them, like I said, I store them on these rods, but also when I store them, I use zip ties, if you can see that. So I don't want to put pressure on the wreath hanger. So the wreath is actually attached to this zip tie, and then I use a clear lawn bag to put over it. I do this with every single one of my items because I don't want them to be dusty or get crushed or anything like that. And it's gonna happen. It tends to happen with time, but as long as you're protected like that with the bag, it's much easier. So I'm gonna pan through so you can see all the items that I have here. Right now, I am trying to focus on patriotic decor because Memorial Day is coming, 4th of July is coming, and then also you could use these items also for Labor Day, right? So that's a good way of thinking ahead. Try to have these items so that way you could use them for multiple times throughout the year. It's very difficult, I understand, to store so many seasonal items, and that's for just that reason is why a lot of people try not to have seasonal decor. That's why if you live in an apartment, to me, you have no excuse not to decorate. If you don't have space for so many wreaths, and you could use smaller wreaths, you could just use the garlands. And at the end of the season, you could always go to stores like Target, and they have those huge plastic wreath bins. And they sell them for like $3, $5, $10. Sometimes you find them for $3. That's why I said 3, because you do tend to find them cheaper. I have like 4 of them that I keep for my own personal wreaths that I use. And another thing that I wanted to show is that you say, hey Lil, you're talking about storing all the wreaths. The reason why I have this harvest wreath out is because it's my own personal wreath. And I show you here, I have the matching swag. It's also out. I just know that this is way they're mine, and I come down, I dust them off, But this is just so you know that if you use zip ties and a hanger, it's an easy way to store your items when you don't know exactly how to store them. And I understand that it could be a little bit difficult when you have a small living space. So that's the main thing that I wanted to review. Since I'm here, I wanted to show a couple of more items that I had. If anybody sees anything that you're interested in, just let me know. But I did go over most of these items when I had my craft fair the other day. And again, I'm just showing you the way that I store these because I understand that you may not have space. But here, just on this rack, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 large wreaths at the bottom. And these are all at least 25 inches, 25 by, let's say, 7 inches wide. And if they do get crushed, all you have to do, if you have your ribbon if you see that your ribbon gets crushed, just fluff it out. Fluff it out. I used to include a fluff it out notice in my packages when I used to send them because sometimes it happened, but now I use boxes that are bigger because I don't want anyone, when they receive their wreaths, to have to do any work. But that happened when I first started. So just pull them out, fluff them out, and I do this for you before I ship it out, and I use a large box, but anyone that's received a wreath from me knows that the boxes are pretty big. They're usually 24 by 24 depending on the size of the wreath. These guys right here go out in a 24 by 24 inch box. Yes, baby.
It's Ricky.
And as I mentioned, the lemon wreaths, the summer wreaths. So here, like I was saying, I have 4 on the bottom, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. And on the top right, I'm able to extend this guy here at the top, and I could put the bigger wreaths here. That's why I usually have. This is why my wreaths are all over the place. I might have all summer wreaths, and then you look, and then it's a Valentine's Day wreath. Because depending on the season, well, depending on how big the wreath is, I don't want it to get crushed. I don't want it to have any kind of damage whatsoever on it. Any potential damage, we're going to try to avoid that as much as possible here in my storage. So I have a Valentine's Day wreath with the Christmas ones, or I have an Easter wreath with all the Thanksgiving ones. It's because depending on the size, and this Valentine's Day wreath is a pretty, oh baby, that was a nice, that's a big one. So this big mesh wreath is actually on a pine base, an evergreen base. So your basic, typical Christmas wreaths Christmas wreath forms that you would find. I put mesh on it, and we turned it into a Halloween wreath. And this one is actually a little bit heavier than most of my wreaths. These wreaths don't really weigh much, the regular mesh ones. When I pack them up and ship them out, they usually don't go over 5 pounds, and that's already in the box. This guy right here will probably weigh at least 7 pounds. And that's the reason why I also have it on the side of the wreath rack, of the garment rack. So I just wanted to go over that, kind of show you ways that you could store your wreaths, because it could get kind of crazy. I don't like putting them into boxes. Bless you, babe. I don't like putting them into boxes in advance, because boxes, number one, it's a waste. Any boxes that I have to use for shipping are all packed. They're still ready to, same way that they were when I received them, when I received them from wherever I ordered them from. I take out the boxes. I have tried that where I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to pack them up in the wreath, the wreath in the box, so that way once anybody orders, they're ready to ship. But if I make a wreath, let's say today, and it doesn't sell for, let's say 3 to 4 months, you really don't want a box that's been sitting there for 3 to 4 months, especially with the dust, like I said, and it's just not pretty. So I don't do that. This is the way that I store my items. Like I said, if you see anything that's out, it's because it's my own item that I have for my own personal use. Or if you see things like I showed a couple of days ago when I went around my home, it's because those items are ones that I'm currently working on. All those items that I worked on a couple of days ago, I am going to finish today or tonight. Well, actually right now. I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to finish them up, and I'm going to pack them up just like this, put them in a bag, pack them up, and bring them downstairs. So that's what I do with my items. Even the smaller ones. I have smaller clear bags that I use for even the small items. I don't like having them get any kind of dust on them. And I'm out of space here. So I have another garment rack to build. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 racks. And I always have one more rack to go, just in case. I have one more rack to go. So tonight I'll be building this one. And all the other wreaths that, the tobacco baskets that I made will be coming down. Anything that's a floral arrangement, those are also bagged, but they are kept on top of the cubicles, and I have another area in my supply area that I showed you yesterday. So that's about it. I just wanted to show you the way that I store my wreaths. I hope it's helpful to someone. I know that it's a big problem when it comes to storage, especially when living in small apartments. But put it on a hanger. Use zip ties. Believe me, use zip ties, because that way the wreath goes with the hanger. You don't have the wreath staying behind and the hanger going one direction. And always, even if it's a black bag, use a trash bag. It's going to help a lot, and it's going to help preserve the money, because these items, they're an investment in your home. And the last thing that I wanted to mention was that I just wanted to make sure that I said this, is that right now on my website and on my Etsy shop, I have been having free shipping. It's been like that for about a year now. I want to make the announcement that that will be going away as of Sunday night. So come Monday, 12 a.m., there will no longer be free shipping on my website. So take advantage of that. Shipping costs are so expensive, and I understand that, but I've been trying to work with everyone. But there will be shipping added to my website and my Etsy shop, so take advantage of that. If there's something you've had your eye on or have something in your cart, just wanted to let you know. And that's about it. Just make sure to follow me so you don't miss any of these announcements. And also, if you subscribe to my email on my website, you will also be notified whenever we have any sales or any promotions, or even just my blog. I always like to send out recipes and different tips and stuff like that. All right, so thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out, leave in the comments below, and I'll come back. Thank you. Have a great day.